one with a pardon in his hand and a navy at his back to take command. Tonight the taverns burn with every pirate left alive, and every man is drinking like he means to still survive. We have stolen and we've sailed and we have laughed at every law. We have lived 100 lives the governors never saw. But tonight we raise our glasses to the life we chose to live, and we drink to every morning that the ocean chose to give. One last night in Nassau, one last night in Nassau. Drink it down, boys, the morning comes for all of us. One last night in Nassau, one last night in Nassau. Let them come at dawn. Tonight Nassau is ours. Bye-bye. Old Thomas sold his pistol and took the governor's deal. Young William said he'd rather hang than kneel. But every man who's left is here tonight beneath this roof, and the rum tastes like it always did. That's all the proof. We have known the kind of freedom that no pardon can replace. We have seen the whole horizon from the bow with wind and face. So we drink not for the dying of the life we used to know, but for every cursed mile of ocean that we still have left to go. One last night in Nassau, one last night in Nassau. Drink it down, boys, the morning comes for all of us. One last night in Nassau, one last night in Nassau. Let them come at dawn. Tonight Nassau is ours. Hey, hey! Hey! Hey, hey! Hey, hey! Hey! I do not regret a single tide. I do not regret a single mile. I only wish the ocean could have kept us just a little longer. One last night in Nassau, one last night in Nassau. Drink it down, boys, the morning comes for all of us. One last night in Nassau, one last night in Nassau. Let them come at dawn. Tonight Nassau is ours. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Tonight Nassau is ours. A man in a very fine coat with a very fine paper to read us. It said the king would forgive every crime if we'd only agree to be decent. To be decent, to be decent. If we'd only agree to be decent. The captain read it twice very slow. Then he used it to light his cigar. He said, tell the king we are flattered and touched, but we've already come this far. Come this far, come this far. We've already come this far. The pardon we never took, the pardon we never took. They offered us mercy. Hey, hey, hey. We gave them back the paper. The pardon we never took, and we never will. Hey, the man in the coat said, you'll hang for this choice. The captain said everyone hangs eventually. He poured him a rum and said, stay for a song, then go tell the king what he's missing. What he's missing. What he's missing. Go tell the king what he's missing. Woo-hoo! Hey! Hey! with a man till he missed his own ship. He woke up the next morning somewhat confused. The king never did get his very fine paper back, and we consider that a matter resolved. A matter resolved. A matter resolved. We consider that a matter resolved. The pardon we never took, the pardon we never took. They offered us mercy. We gave them back the paper. The pardon we never took, and we never will. The hill came running down at speed. He said there's 30 ships, and every flag agreed. The governor of England sent his best man here, and Wooders Rogers does not come to just say cheer. What do we do? What do we do? Hey, hey! The bosun said we sail, the captain said we drink. The quartermaster said let's stop and think. We thought about it nearly half a minute, then ordered 7 rounds and put our problems in it. Put our problems in it. Put our problems in it. Hey! Of all the ways to run, the cook said I'll go wherever has the best rum. The cabin boy said nothing, but he packed his bag twice, which told us everything we needed about his advice. About his advice. About his advice. That told us everything about his advice. Woods Rogers is coming. Woods Rogers is coming with a pardon in one hand and a noose in the other. Woods Rogers is coming, and he's very determined, but we haven't decided what we're going to do yet. Hey! Some men took the pardon, some men took the sea, some men took the rum and let the morning decide for free. Whatever road you chose that day in Nassau town, at least we had one final night before it all came down. Woods Rogers is coming. Woods Rogers is coming with a pardon in one hand and a noose in the other. Woods Rogers is coming, but tonight we're still pirates, and tonight is all that matters now. Hey!
in the dark below the lantern light. Black silk and bone, we worked through half the night. The bosun said she'll never fly again after this, and none of us said anything because none of us could miss. from the mast at dawn one final time. Not in battle, not in glory, just to say goodbye. Every man on deck stood still and watched her rise, and one or two pretended it was spray that stung their eyes. The last Jolly Roger flies for no one now. The last Jolly Roger takes its final bow. We who sail beneath her scatter to the wind, but the flag remembers every place that we have been. They can burn the ship and take the name from every chart. They can hang the captain in the public square, but the flag was in the water before they ever came, and the flag will be in the water long after we are gone. We did not ask for glory and we did not ask for fame. We only asked the ocean for the wind, and the ocean gave us everything a man could ever need, and we flew that flag until the very end. Until the very end. Until the very end. We flew that flag until the very end. The last Jolly Roger flies for no one now. The last Jolly Roger takes its final bow. We who sail beneath her scatter to the wind, but the flag remembers every place that we have been. Calico Jack was captured on a Tuesday afternoon. The crew was in no state to fight, they'd had too much rum. The Navy found them sleeping on the deck below the moon, which is not ideal when someone's come to take you. Not ideal at all. He stood before the court in his calico trousers. The judge said, "Do you have anything to say in your defense?" Jack looked around the room at all the very serious faces and said, "I'd like a drink first, if that makes any sense." It did not make sense. Calico Jack's final toast to the rum that got him caught. Calico Jack's final toast to the nap he should not have took. He lived like a pirate, he sailed like a pirate, he lost like a pirate, and that is the whole of the book. And Bonny came to see him in the jail before the end. She said, "If you'd fought like a man, you need not hang like a dog." Jack said, "You are absolutely right, and I respect that, but someone really should have hidden all that grog." Someone really should have. Hey! The judge asked if he had any final words to say. Jack said yes, several, but none of them are polite. The court recorded that as defendant declined to comment, which was the most dignified thing about that night. The most dignified thing! The most dignified thing! That was the most dignified thing about that night! Calico Jack's final toast to the rum that got him caught. Calico Jack's final toast to the nap he should not have took. He lived like a pirate, he sailed like a pirate, he lost like a pirate, and that is the whole of the book. siege outside the harbor as a warning to the pirates on the sea. But every ship that passed it raised a glass to Calico Jack and said he lived exactly as he meant to be. Exactly as he meant, exactly as he meant. He lived exactly as he meant to be. Calico Jack's final toast to the rum that got him caught. Calico Jack's final toast to the nap he should not have took. He lived like a pirate, he sailed like a pirate, he lost like a pirate, and that is the whole of the book.
They sent Lieutenant Maynard with 2 sloops and a plan to end the reign of Edward Teach. Once and for all, Blackbeard knew they were coming, and he stayed where he was. Some men run from the storm, and some men answer the call. Answer the call. They met at Ocracoke Inlet in the grey morning light. Blackbeard had the shoals and Maynard had the men. The first shot took the sloop, and still Blackbeard would not move. He stood at the bow and he laughed and came again. Came again. Blackbeard will not bend, Blackbeard will not run. Blackbeard stands at Ocracoke until the battle's done. 5 shots and 20 cuts, and still he did not fall. Blackbeard will not bend, he answered every call. They said he took 5 musket balls and 20 sword cuts deep before his body finally chose to sleep. And when it was all over and they raised his head on the bow, the ocean went so quiet that the sailors wondered how. Blackbeard will not bend, Blackbeard will not run. Blackbeard stands at Ocracoke until the battle's done. 5 shots and 20 cuts, and still he did not fall. Blackbeard will not bend, he answered every call. When the pardon came to Nassau, every man had to choose between the life they'd always known and everything to lose. Some men signed the paper and they put away the blade, and some men looked the governor right in the eye and said, "No, no, no!" Old William took his ship and sailed before the ink was dry. Young Morgan said, "I'd rather drown beneath an honest sky." The boatswain burned his copy and he threw it in the sea, and every man who said no raised a glass to being free. Being free! Being free!
Every man who said no raised a glass to being free.
Hey! Here's to the men who said no. Here's to the men who said no.
When the king sent his pardon and his very fine paper.
Here's to the men who said no
and sailed anyway. The captain of the Revenge said, I have read your paper twice, and I find it very well written and completely wrong. He handed it back, folded into the shape of a boat, and sailed it out to sea where it belonged.
Where it belonged. Where it belonged.
He sailed it out to sea where it belonged. Some of them were captured, and some of them were hanged, and some of them found islands that no chart has ever named. But every one of them chose freedom over mercy at the end. And that is worth a song and worth a glass among good friends.
Among good friends. Among good friends.
That is worth a glass among good friends. And when they write the history of the age that we lived in, they will write about the governors and the kings. But we know who the story really belongs to in the end. It belongs to every man who said no to those things.
No to those things. No to those things.
Every man who said no to those things.
Here's to the men who said no. Here's to the men who said no. When the king sent his pardon and his very fine paper. Here's to the men who said no
and sailed anyway.
They brought me to the court in chains and asked me what I'd say. I told them I had nothing to explain. I sailed because I chose to sail. I fought because I could, and I would make the same choice all over again. They told me Jack was hanging, and they thought that I would weep. I told them if he'd fought like a man, he need not hang like a dog. They did not know what to do with a woman who would not break. So they put me in a cell and threw away the log. These are Bonny's last words. I have nothing to regret. I have sailed the Caribbean and I am not finished yet. You can take the ship and name, you can take the flag and blade, but you cannot take the ocean from the woman that it made. They asked me who had taught me how to fight and how to sail. I told them no one taught me, I just watched and learned. They asked me if I wished that I had chosen differently. I told them that was not a question I had ever earned. Never earned! Never earned! That was not a question she had ever earned. History will write me as a footnote to the men, as the woman who was there but did not count. But I held the blade and I sailed the ship, and I chose my own horizon, and that is more than most will ever mount. And if there is an ocean on the other side of living, I will find a ship, and I will find a crew, and I will sail it with the same flag and the same fire, because that is the only thing I ever knew how to do. The only thing, that is the only thing she ever knew how to do. These are Bonny's last words. I have nothing to regret. I have sailed the Caribbean, and I am not finished yet. You can take the ship and name, you can take the flag and blade, but you cannot take the ocean from the woman that it made.
The governor arrived in a very impressive coat, with a very impressive seal upon a very impressive note. He read it to the pirates in his most official voice, and then he waited quietly for them to make their choice. They made their choice. 14 men accepted, and they signed it on the spot. They went home to their families, and they gave back what they got. 12 men laughed politely, and they sailed before he finished, and the governor pretended that his dignity was not diminished. Not diminished at all. To read the pardon to a crew that was asleep. They had celebrated freedom. For a week he left the papers on the table with a very formal bow, and sailed back to England on a ship that smelled of grief. That smelled of grief. That smelled of grief. He sailed home on a ship that smelled of grief. He went back to England with a mostly successful report. He said the pirate problem is substantially resolved, which was true in the same way that saying the ocean is damp is technically accurate, but somewhat not evolved. Somewhat not evolved! The governor's pardon, the governor's pardon, a very official document with a very official seal. The governor's pardon, not everyone wanted it, but he brought enough copies in case they changed how they feel. The ocean does not know our names. It did not learn them when we came. It will not miss the black flag or the drum, but it remembers every wave we crossed. It remembers every man we lost, and it keeps them where the deep water runs. We gave it 30 years of sail. We gave it every storm and gale. We gave it blood and rope and cannon fire, and it gave us back a life so wide that no man who has seen that tide could ever call the land his heart's desire. What the ocean remembers, it keeps below the tide. What the ocean remembers never truly dies. We are gone from the water, but the water holds us still. What the ocean remembers, it will always will. I have sailed with men now gone, whose names the charts have not put on, who vanished in a storm without a word. But the ocean took them gently down to somewhere underneath the sound, where every wave they ever crossed is heard. Is heard, is heard. Every wave they ever crossed is heard. I stood on the dock the day I signed the paper, and I looked out at the water one last time, and the ocean looked exactly as it always did, indifferent and enormous and sublime. And I understood that it would go on without us, the same cold tide, the same indifferent deep. And somewhere underneath the water all our years were waiting, in a place the ocean promised it would keep. Promised it would keep. Promised it would keep. In a place the ocean promised it would keep. What the ocean remembers, it keeps below the tide. What the ocean remembers never truly dies. We are gone from the water, but the water holds us still. What the ocean remembers, it will always will. Hey! No king and we had no crown. We had no law and we had no town. We had the ocean and we had the wind, and we had each other, and that was it, and that was enough. We split the gold and we shared the rum. We voted on where the ship would run. No lord above us and no slave below. Every man an equal, and that's all we know. That's all we know. They say we were dangerous men, but every man who sailed with me chose to be here free, and I'd sail with every one of them again. We were kings of the sea. We were kings of the sea. No crown and no castle, no laurel and no chains. We were kings of the sea, and we do it all again. We do it all again. Oh! Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Way up. Hey, hey.
Nassau was a city of 1,000 different flags. Before Woodes Rogers came and cleared the street, every nation's outcast and every runaway found a place to anchor and a place to eat.
A place to eat.
The taverns ran from sundown until well past the dawn. The harbor held 100 ships or more, and men who had no country and no family and no home found something here they'd never had before.
Never had before. The last poor standing, where the freemen came. The last poor standing, before the Navy came. We built it out of nothing with our backs against the sea. The last poor standing was the only place we'd be.
There was a man who sold maps in the harbor every morning, whose maps show places that no navy ever found, and a woman who ran the tavern on the corner, who knew every secret that was ever handed down.
Ever handed down.
They cleaned the harbor up and hung the flag of England there. They put a governor in the house on the hill, and Nassau became a proper town with proper laws and courts, and something that had burned there went still. But if you walk the harbor on a quiet night in winter, when the wind comes off the water cold and low, you can almost hear the music from the taverns that are gone now, and the sound of men who had nowhere else to go.
Nowhere else to go. The last poor standing,
Where the freemen came.
the last poor standing,
Before the Navy came. We built it out of nothing with our backs against the sea.
the last poor standing was
The only place we'd be. The governor watched from the hill with a looking glass and wrote in his report that he had restored hope. The men who saw it did not speak about it after. Some things happen and they change the shape of you. We had sailed beneath that skull for 20 years of living, and Wednesday morning it was suddenly through. The day the black flag fell, the ocean changed its color. The day the black flag fell, the wind forgot the sail. We who flew were scattered now to every port and shore. The day the black flag fell, we were pirates nevermore. The bosun kept a piece of it inside his coat for years, a square of black the size of his hand. He never showed it to anyone and never spoke about it. Some things do not need for you to understand. Do not need to understand. But here is what the governor did not write down, what his looking glass could not see from the hill. 100 men watched that flag come down from Nassau, and every one of them is flying it still. In the part of them the ocean keeps, that no pardon ever reached, that no court ever touched. And every year when Wednesday comes around in autumn, some old sailor finds himself alone, looking out at water with a glass of rum beside him, remembering a flag that was his home. That was his home. That was his home. Remembering a flag that was his home. The day the black flag fell, the ocean changed its color. The day the black flag fell, the wind forgot the sail. We who flew were scattered now to every port and shore. The day the black flag fell, we were pirates nevermore. Years from now they'll write the books about us. They'll argue whether we were villains or were free. They'll name their ships for us and put our flags in museums, and children will want to know who we used to be. They'll make up stories that are better than the true ones, and some of the true ones are already good enough. They'll say we were more noble than we probably were, and forget about the parts that were genuinely rough. They will not forget us. They will not forget us. The ocean keeps our names below the tide. They will not forget us. Whatever they may write, we were here, we were free, we were alive. About us, and they'll put us on the stage with costumes and with swords and with a fine dramatic flair. And the man who plays the captain will be handsome and be noble, which is close enough to true that we do not care.
enough to true that we do not care. Need a statue or a chapter in a book. I only need the ocean and the wind. But if they're going to tell the story, let them tell it right. Hey! We were not perfect, but by God we lived. And somewhere in a tavern in 100 years from now, a man will raise a glass and say our names. And every man around that table will know who we were. And that is more than most men ever claim. More than most men claim. More than most men claim. That is more than most men ever claim. Hey! They will not forget us. They will not forget us. The ocean keeps our names below the tide. They will not forget us. Whatever they may write, we were here, we were free, we were alive.
Now, and honest men sleep safe at sea. The age of blood and sail and scar is ending quietly. The men I sail with scatter now to land and low and ordinary days, and I am left to wonder what becomes of 30 years of going my own ways. They call it the end of an age, and I suppose they're right, but I call it 30 years of living like the ocean was ours at night. The golden age is gone, but God, it was golden. The golden age is gone, and we were there. We were the last of something that will not come again. The golden age is gone, and we were there. I only mourn the men, the ones who did not make it to the end. But they lived the way they chose to live, and they sailed the way they meant, and the ocean has them now, and that is fine. The golden smile, every storm, every dawn on the open water, I would sail it all again.
One last night in Nassau. One last night in Nassau. Drink it down, boys. The morning comes for all of us. Hey! Roger sails at dawn with a pardon in his hand and a navy at his back to take command. Tonight the taverns burn with every pirate left alive, and every man is drinking like he means to still survive. We have stolen and we've sailed and we have laughed at every law. We have lived 100 lives the governors never saw. But tonight we raise our glasses to the life we chose to live, and we drink to every morning that the ocean chose to give. One last night in Nassau. One last night in Nassau. Drink it down, boys. The morning comes for all of us. One last night in Nassau. One last night in Nassau. Let them come at dawn. Tonight Nassau is ours. Sold his pistol and took the governor's deal. Young William said he'd rather hang than kneel. But every man who's left is here tonight beneath this roof, and the rum tastes like it always did. That's all the proof. We have known the kind of freedom that no pardon can replace. We have seen the whole horizon from the bow with wind and face. So we drink not for the dying of the life we used to know, but for every cursed mile of ocean that we still have left to go. Nassau is ours. I do not regret a single tide. I do not regret a single mile. I only wish the ocean could have kept us just a little longer. One last night in Nassau. One last night in Nassau. Drink it down, boys. The morning comes for all of us. One last night in Nassau. One last night in Nassau. Let them come at dawn. sent Lieutenant Maynard with 2 sloops and a plan to end the reign of Edward Teach once and for all. Blackbeard knew they were coming, and he stayed where he was. Some men run from the storm, and some men answer the call. Answer the call. They met at Ocracoke Inlet in the grey morning light. Blackbeard had the shoals and Maynard had the men. The first shot took the sloop, and still Blackbeard would not move. He stood at the bow and he laughed and came again. Came again. Blackbeard will not bend, Blackbeard will not run. Blackbeard stands at Ocracoke until the battle's done. 5 shots and 20 cuts, and still he did not fall. Blackbeard will not bend, he answered every call. They said he took 5 musket balls and 20 sword cuts deep before his body finally chose to sleep. And when it was all over and they raised his head on the bow, the ocean went so quiet that the sailors wondered how. Blackbeard will not bend, Blackbeard will not run. Blackbeard stands at Ocracoke until the battle's done. 5 shots and 20 cuts, and still he did not fall. Blackbeard will not bend, he answered every call. King and we had no crown. We had no law and we had no town. We had the ocean and we had the wind, and we had each other, and that was it. And that was enough. We split the gold and we shared the rum. We voted on where the ship would run. No lord above us and no slave below. Every man an equal, and that's all we know. That's all we know. No flag that any nation gave us. We sewed our own and flew it proud and high. No king had ever put his name upon our mast, and no king ever will before we die. Before we die, before we die. No king ever will before we die. Criminals, they say we were thieves, they say we were dangerous men. But every man who sailed with me chose to be here free, and I'd sail with every one of them again. We were kings of the sea, we were kings of the sea. No crown and no castle, no law and no chains. We were kings of the sea, and we do it all again. We do it all again. a city of 1,000 different flags. Before Woodes or Rogers came and cleared the streets, every nation's outcast and every runaway found a place to anchor and a place to eat. A place to eat. The taverns ran from sundown until well past the dawn. The harbor held 100 ships or more, and men who had no country and no family and no home found something here they'd never had before. Never had before. The last port standing, where the free men came. The last port standing, before the Navy came. We built it out of nothing with our backs against the sea. The last port standing was the only place we'd be. There was a man who sold maps in the harbor every morning, whose maps show places that no navy ever found. And a woman who ran the tavern on the corner, who knew every secret that was ever handed down. Ever handed down. Up and hung the flag of England there. They put a governor in the house on the hill, and Nassau became a proper town with proper laws and courts, and something that had burned there went still. But if you walk the harbor on a quiet night in winter, when the wind comes off the water cold and low, you can almost hear the music from the taverns that are gone now, and the sound of men who had nowhere else to go. Nowhere else to go. The last port standing, where the free men came. The last port standing, before the Navy came. We built it out of nothing with our backs against the sea. The last port standing was the only place we'd be.